Um, but I did like how Boz did go over try to bounce with Kyle. I don't know how good she did, but I mean, because Kyle's not friends with anybody. It doesn't really matter. Like Kyle is not invested friendship wise with any of them. You know?
Right. When you say it like that, I get it. Like she's just, it's all about a position.
Mhm.
Um, she hasn't really, if you really think about Kyle, yeah, she shared stuff, but even that is measured with intention, like
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
us to think a way about her and her family, which is okay because I give it to the best of the reality stars. They're not selling their families for fame, so they'll give us little bits and pieces, and then let us fill in the blanks or whatever. But
Yeah.
as far as being like an authentic person on the show, I do feel like she's always been just a little like wall up. This is all that you're getting. Even when she like when do we see Kyle let her hair down? Let's put it like
I
that.
know. I
When
know.
does she, when in all these seasons has Kyle like just literally let her hair down? Like maybe back in the day when they first started, there was some good moments where we felt like, oh, she was relatable.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Right. And now it's not that anymore. And now there's just so much confusion with the Morgan
The
byline.
why would
And
somebody?
now and
I
then
wouldn't.
for her to pretend like we don't know that she just played in our face about Morgan last year and now you're crying about him. It just is, again, disjointed, inauthentic. Like, we see you, bitch. Like, we saw you play in our face. You made a video tongue kissing this lady practically.
Yeah.
And she's been in your life for 3 solid years. And
Yeah.
now we're supposed to cry for Argentina because Mauricio's getting kissed at the airport when you made a whole video about it.
I know. I wish somebody would ask her what is up with that dude, with Morgan's boyfriend working for Mauricio. Like, what came first? Like, how did you meet more? Like, did you really just meet her through DMs, or did like this dude work for Mauricio and that's how you met her? And then you started
Mm,
sleeping with the girl with the because he works for the agency. He's a dude. He was with her for like 5 years. I mean,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden now him and her and Kyle are together. It's like, or not, or whatever. Again, might still be her half sister. It could be like her daughter. I don't know. But the gross part of it is she never denies it, and she never denies it. She never admits to it, but she never denies it either. And same thing with Mauricio. He doesn't really say shit either. Yeah, they're definitely. I mean, they're worse than Sonic and Mia. I keep wanting to call him Ink, but he's Sonic to me. Did you see
Right?
that?
He's so Sonic.
Well, he is so Sonic. His hair and his feet are big, and he has the same smile as Sonic. I'm telling you, Mia playing in our faces too. But then, what about PK and Dorit? Do you think he's
Oh,
trying to move back in? Or no? Or did you
they could
get
be
the
playing in our face too. Maybe, I don't know. Is there something he doesn't feel like talking about? Does she need a storyline? Were they scared we were going to bring up the robbery again?
oh,
Like
no, I
what
know.
like, or is this just so, because I saw some things that alluded to this is all just for fake so she can have a storyline. And but then again, we've also heard that they've been separated for years and it was all the storyline for him to be present. So I don't know. Again, that's what happens when you're Fakey McFakerson. We don't know what
Yep.
the fuck is going on, and we don't have sympathy when you want us to have sympathy because we don't know what is going on.
Oh my god, how about Erica with the you know, um with her pills and drinking on her, or what was it? What was she saying? She goes, I got so much shit for it. Wait, what part was that?
Oh, that was when Bose and Dorit were sitting where they were over at Erica's house, right? They all
Oh,
went
yeah,
over
yeah, yeah,
to
in the
visit
beginning. That's right.
Erica.
Yeah.
And was like, I thought I saw that wallpaper someplace before. It was at Bose's house, but it was in green.
Huh?
And
I love that wallpaper.
yeah. So that's why she was like, oh, the wallpaper was inspiring. I was like, oh yeah. But they were
Oh,
all
I did.
sitting there and they're like the new clique. They're a new clique.
I
Hey
know.
Lauren, they're a freaking new clique. Then we have the Fox Faux Five, and now we have Poorito, Bose, and Erica. So we have Poorito, Erica who doesn't want to give earrings back, and then
Erica.
Bose who likes to immediately come in and instead of her market the best product herself, she's wearing an ass helmet named Dorit. It just doesn't match.
And Keely.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I feel it was because of her drinking with the. I got so much shit for my drinking and my pills and my lawsuits and everybody, but Sutton wants sympathy, or I don't know, something about sympathy or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
but she point, but and how I love the fact that like I do like the fact that Sutton is like starting to, she's literally now wants Dorit to be her friend again and thinks that Dorit should be her friend after she told her she was too rich for her. But she's
How
crying
does
and
she say that she should be her friend?
oh, Sutton. She wants Dorit to forgive her. And but Garcelle says it's only because she's afraid of Kyle's friendship. She wants to be friends with Kyle so badly that she sees now that Kyle and Dorit are like kikiing, like rolling around on the couch, like laughing, having a good time. Now Sutton all of a sudden wants to be friends with Dorit again, and it's like, why? But you're too rich for her. Like your wild's too big for her. It's like it's because
Well,
Kyle.
we have to exist in this group. And I mean, hey, if somebody said that it was mean that I called a poor bitch, and everybody in the group is like, you kind of went too far, then,
Mm,
it might
she did it
be
like more
like
than
that.
one time, but she did it more like that whole episode was about that, and I'm like, what the fuck did Dorit do? Like, why are they so mean? Like, I don't. But then it's like now all of a sudden she wants to forgive her. She's like okay with everything that Dorit does. It's okay now.
Well, I feel like also Sutton has been very forgiving. She's given Dorito 5 years of pressing her buttons, playing with the proverbial mouse, not doing anything except for asking her very politely, just let the mouse go, Sutton. Just let the mouse go. Right? So she's not even really been back at Dorit's face the way Dorit has been in her face, antagonizing her, calling her a drunk in confessionals ever to anybody that would listen. It's far different to call me a drunk than for me to assess your current financial situation correctly and you're poor bitch. It's period. But I'm not a drunk. I'm not a drunk. And for Erica's drunk pill mixing ass to freaking go from, oh, I'm lit. And she was putting the CBD oil on her labia. And she said all of these things. That's why we think that about Erica. The only person who said anything about Sutton is Dorito's ass. And she keeps on saying it, and Sutton keeps on asking her to stop. It keeps on happening. So what are you talking about? You don't know why.
Well, why is like, but why is Garcelle? But why is Garcelle? Like Garcelle's the one that said it though. Like I can't.
No,
Nobody.
no,
I must
so
say, I
I
feel
already,
crazy.
Garcelle can say whatever she wants to
But
Sutton
why is
about
it okay? Like it would have never even
because
claimed
Sutton, because Garcelle has not fucked with Dorit. Garcelle has not fucked with Sutton, rather, for 5 years solid. She hasn't.
I mean, Sutton
She
could have just said
supported
that.
Sutton. She supported Sutton. And all she did, the way Garcelle asked, I didn't take anything by it. The way Dorito asked, I took something by it. She was taking another dig at Sutton's expense. She was trying to be funny. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. And she has to just admit she doesn't have a future in comedy or and just let it go and apologize all fucking ready and move on like a grown person. She's actually, Dorito is the dead horse bitch on this cast anyway. Dorito is the one that always, nothing's ever, well, Doug Garcelle, I wanted to talk to you about it again. Well, Kyle, I really wanted to talk to you about it again. And I really want to talk to you about it again. Well, Erica, I really want to talk to Lisa. I wanted to talk to you about it again. Shut the fuck up, Dorit, and move on when the next person's trying to talk to you about it again and move on. It's ridiculous. The double standards. 5 years of fucking with a bitch compared to 10 episodes of Sutton standing up for herself with accurate information. It's ridiculous.
So, what do you think about? Did I ask you about PK and Dorit meeting up at the thing? Like, I don't. I mean, whether like
It's hard to watch.
it is like I don't see. I can't like. She really wants to be. She doesn't want to be a divorce. She doesn't want to be separated from him. And yeah, that was kind of cringe too. Oh, if you give her a Kelly
And
bag,
she thought it was funny though. She
but I don't
thought
even.
we as viewers were just like, we were like, what the fuck is going on? This shit's not funny. Give the bitch her bag. It was weird.
I don't even know what it is. Can you give me one? But like, it's hard to believe that PK and Dorit, if he's in the States, why is he not with his kids? Like, if he says, "Or can we go home now?" Does he mean like they're going home together? because he seems to only care that she made him leave and he had to go find this apartment. Which, I mean, like, what were they supposed to do? She's got the kids, right? Shouldn't she stay in the house? Like, it seems like he's more mad that he had to move out, but he was never there anyway. But I don't
Right,
know.
that was weird. He's like, think about how I feel. I'll have
Right.
to go down to this little apartment over here. It reminds me of when I was being brought up in the ghetto of when I needed more peas and carrots in my porridge. And then you get to live in our family house that I regularly have robbed to cover my gambling debts. What do you think I feel about being over here as humble thought as I've ever been, Dorito? I mean, granted, you have the children, which I don't want to even babysit, but how do you think
No.
I feel? That's just how selfish and narcissistic he is, you
That's what I was
know?
huh?
And it is a freaking spin city. Poor thing. No wonder she drinks with 8 carcasses out of her freaking vodka.
No. It's kind of
And,
fucked if he drinks in front of him. That's kind of fucked.
well, he makes a
Unless
bitch
she
want to
knows.
drink though. I
Unless
would
she
need a drink to meet with PK and listen to him go on and on about how he moved to the apartment. Well, you could have stayed at home if you would have kept your nillywacky in your pants and maybe talked to a heifer once in a while, PK.
I know. I know. I was like, "Oh." I'm like, "But, like," but I really do feel like, honestly, it was they left Dorit and Mo, or Dorit and Kyle left them because they were being dicks, like emotional abandonment, all that whole thing, right? Not coming
Yeah,
home. But, like, really thought that they were both gonna fight for them. You know what I mean? Like, I think Dorit thought he was gonna put up more of a fight or fight for her or do what he has to do to get her back. Kyle probably thought Mauricio was gonna, like, get his shit together and, like, not do the shit that he's been doing. You know, it seems worse now that they're separated. I mean, I think he was doing it before, but I think it's just worse now. But, like, now
yeah.
it's like that sucks. Like, because it's like I really think that they thought both of them were going to fight for the other, and I don't even think. But, like, even Kyle going, I'm afraid if I move on that Mauricio is not. He's going to want me back, but didn't know how to fight for me. Huh?
Well,
He didn't know.
that sounds like a him problem, darling.
Sounds like he needs to keep his dick around his fucking, like, to himself. Then maybe that's the fucking start. You know what I
That's
mean?
a good
Maybe not
start.
gonna hook up with every other chick and, like, have pop run. How about that, Mauricio? Like, he obviously knows how to fight for you, Kyle. A start would be not doing that shit. Or maybe he's just doing it to get her back, but, like, at least with her, it's only one person, and who
Uh-huh.
knows? They're probably even related. I don't know. With him, it's like I don't know how he does. I just said this. How does he have the fucking energy to, like, literally do that? Like, I can't even. I don't know. He's, like, way older than me, and this dude parties like I don't even know. But I mean, I get it. Like, I don't know why. I guess I don't know if he doesn't want to be with Kyle or he doesn't, or they don't want to be
Well,
with
why
their.
did PK? So, most people have like a sobering moment. Was it the accident that got him to start the road to sobriety? Remember, didn't he get in a little fender bender? And oh, yeah, speaking of fender benders, why isn't everybody's on PK's ass about driving drunk multiple times and wrapping his car around things and letting him come back on the show? Why isn't everybody wanting him under a jail?
I do
I
want him.
forgot about him and his drunk driving while
You
currently
know why?
on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills twice, 2 times,
That's
two
definitely what I think.
times.
No, I said it
Nobody
too.
wanted him
I want
under a
to know.
jail.
I want to know who he was with. I want to know why he was allowed to go back to the police station, get sober, get re DW or re blue, so then he wasn't
Mhm.
drunk, and then
So
got to
it,
be taken home. And he actually called
mhm.
Mauricio. He didn't call his wife. Called Mauricio. I think he was with
Well,
somebody
I
else.
need to see why they didn't let him be freaking. Yeah, they
They didn't even
implicate
give
yourself, hold yourself accountable. PK, what's all that? Oh, it's only for Karen. I forgot. Never mind. We can move on. But freaking Poorito and PK, that was hard to watch.
it
Even
was.
with as much trash as I talk about Poirito, I love her activated this season. It's hard to watch her marriage crumble.
It is.
Um, and it's sad that, but it also kind of feels like she's playing because she was like, she still wants us to think a certain thing. She was like, well, what about that email you sent me, PK?
I
Oh, Dorito, you don't want to talk about the whole email, do you, Dorito? So she's
know.
trying to have us think certain things. And I
Yeah,
don't
she's
like
quiet.
getting played by her. It's not a good look. She needs to be, she would get way further being an authentic person than trying to set these little scenes up the way that she's doing. I don't know.
Did you notice how she got really quiet? Like she didn't talk. She got really quiet after he was saying that. Like she kind of just like,
Yeah, I don't know if that was editing, but she joined Beyonce's mute challenge in no time flat. You know, it's hard to shut Dorito up too. It's hard. The lady's been trying to get her to shut up for seasons. All you need to do is mention she's poor or have her mention what's in that email. Those are two sure ways.
and then her too. Like, did you actually want a divorce? Like, he's like, well, and his head, he's probably like, well, how else are we supposed to like? I don't know. Like, I can't believe that can't be the first time that she said to him, "Did you really want to get a divorce?" Like,
When she met with Bose outside at her house, and Bose and her were sitting outside, and she said we were in therapy for 4 hours lying because most therapy sessions are, but then again, when you're fake rich, you might be able to get a therapist to come to your house for 4 hours and clear their schedule for you, but it's usually an hour, hour and a half tops, right?
mm,
Um, and she said she was in that 4 hour therapy session, and he's like, "This is why I want a divorce." So he told you in a 4 hour session. So what are you talking about?
I know. And she's like, I can't believe you really want a divorce. And I'm like, it's like I didn't want him to say, yeah, Dorit, I want a divorce. Like, but he was like, well, how else are we supposed to break up? I don't know. But then, like, what do they? I mean, do they really want to be partiers, or do they do? That was my point. Like, do they not want to be married to them, and they will be married to other people, or they just want to be partiers and like hook up with a bunch of different people? I mean, or just be single. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, if they don't want to
Well,
be with
and
their
that,
wife,
and
you
that's another thing. Like, what exactly did happen? What was the deterioration
know,
in their relationship from the pretty girl scenes, no, the pretty woman scenes on their anniversary?
yeah,
Everything was over the top. Everything was a production. Everybody needed to be in their places for every event. And then even when, and that's another reason why Sutton's mad, is because we're
mm,
not getting nothing real from you, bitch. Everything's been this fabulous production. And then last season we saw some crumbles. And when Andy asked you, you're like, thanks, wonderful. And so we don't know like really where this happened, and we're not owed that. I'm always saying I don't really need this for entertainment. However, when you
yeah,
introduce it and it's so confusing and we see you lying, but we have this like invested interest because you've been on our screens for 9 years or however long,
yeah.
it's just a lot for us to process, and we don't know whose side to be on. And this is the show called "Whose Side Are We On?" Whose side are you on?
I know, and I
Like,
think he blamed her the whole time. He like blamed her the whole time. Can you take over for 5 seconds while I take a pee break?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right.
No problem. No problem. So, you guys, I'm thinking that, I don't know, I still feel like the robbery, that counseling session that Dorito had with PK after the robbery, where he was so very nonchalant and lacked compassion or kindness for his woman who seemed obviously like really upset. Um, and he was just so insensitive and remained gone. He was like filming that show in the UK. They had that show on Netflix, remember? Um, and I just feel like that was the real moment that we got from that relationship. That's really who PK and Dorito are. She's always trying to produce, be like, oh, pick me, pick me. And he's like, you're too much. But for the show, he liked being seen as rich. He liked being seen as opulent. It keeps his standing as whatever his business is, it keeps his business model's reputation very good to be on Beverly Hills and be able to give your girl a rose-colored Rolls Royce the first year and move her from this house to that custom house in the valley and all of that stuff. It's good for business, but that's all it was good for. She was When she started pushing these babies out, I feel like this wasn't the wife that he wanted with Dorit. He already has kids. He already had that life. He had a trophy wife. She was nice and thin. She could put on her Beverly Hills bikini. She could dress in her sample sizes. They could rent some clothes for her. She looked great at business events. It makes him look better in business. Because I mean, literal. I mean, PK. He gives gnome. He gives troll. He gives like kind of sexy gnome, sexy troll on occasion. But still, compared, she looks like the prize. She makes him look better, I think. And I feel like their relationship really did change when these kids came. And especially the little kid, I'm sorry to say it, but when the little kid needed a helmet on top of it, like he seemed a little checked out that season too. Like he didn't seem like, oh my God, like a doting father, like over his child that has to have this helmet on. You know what I mean? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I
I
was
still
muted.
can't hear you. Oh, there you are.
Was muted.
Yeah.
Um, I do. I feel like too with Mo too. He definitely like with his fetishes and stuff. He has like definitely little PP vibes. I was thinking like, we're like, what could it be? Like, what is his problem? Why does he have so many bitches? But it's got to be that because nobody can stick with him. Like once they realize
Right.
how weird he is and all the weird shit that he wants them to do, they're out. And then probably
Yeah.
why Kyle gave him permission to do what he did this whole time. And then
I
when he
wonder
took
if
it too far,
Reddit knows. Does Reddit know if PK is hanging? His
I know. I was wondering that too. I
Like,
know.
and I
And
wonder, do you think Mauricio, yeah, kind of gives BDE. Mauricio, just because of his height and his hands are
he
huge,
can't
and
dance.
I've
He
checked
can't
his
dance for
feet
shit.
out. His feet look like they're a good size 12, 13.
He can't dance for
Um,
shit. It's
yeah,
horrible.
but he can dance, but I don't know. He looks like he might be a little hung. But you're right. PK is giving me like he's giving me like short and stubby. Like it might hit the G
Ooh.
spot, but it's not like busting your guts. Like no
See, I would think the other way. See, I think Mauricio has a small one, and I think that he's a Minuteman. And
way.
I think that's why he's so weird about like what he wants them to do and why he's going to do this, why they're doing that, and because
Gosh,
I just feel like it doesn't. I don't know. Something about it just made me just like, ugh, like something made me look at him like you're just a dirty little bird. Like I can't even. Like I just feel like all the like weird sex talk is just so. I don't know. I
I
just
don't
don't think.
know. I don't know.
And the chick when Watch What Happens Live, she didn't seem like she was interested at all. She was like, like I don't know. The chick that
For what girl? What chick? Somebody was on Watch What Happens Live.
yeah, the singer chick, her name's like Adriana or something from Brazil. She's real famous, I
Uh-huh.
guess. I've never even heard of her. But she was the one who was on the slopes in her towel going down the Aspen slopes with uh Mauricio in one of the earliest pictures I was caught with somebody. The Aspen, I think it was Aspen when he was doing the champagne and stuff. She was in one of the pictures. I think he was her photographer or something. I don't know. She was in Aspen and she wouldn't answer
Okay,
the
so I literally typed in, and
hold
I'm
on.
I'm not gonna actually no, I can click this one. I typed in Mauricio Big Dick on my
Hold on.
Google thing, and a Twitter thread from 2012 comes out,
Oh
and it
no.
says, "That's not a car in his pants."
Oh, really?
That's what it says.
I mean, maybe it's long and skinny. I don't know. Something I don't know. Maybe it is big. PK does give me short and stubby though, but he also like what's her name was Rachel. You could tell was in love with him, and
Yeah.
she's a little chick. She's a little girl, tiny, tiny. We met her in New York, but like, and then like, and she's a beautiful blonde. And then he was with another really pretty blonde, like just recently, in some picture. I don't know if it was like a fan, but they they the magazine picture it as they were like dating or something, but with some cute blonde. It's crazy because I still think Kyle's better looking than the chicks that I've seen Mauricio with, and I still think they don't look like Kyle. But I mean, and I also think Dorit's still hotter than the chicks that I've seen. I mean, Rachel's okay. Like Rachel's pretty hot, but like I still think that the other chicks in PK, I still think that Dorito is the hottest chick that he's ever had too. I mean, that must be
Yeah.
really big when your own husband, when you're that hot and your husband's don't even want to be like, that's kind of fucked up. I mean,
Yeah.
my husband
I
leaving
don't
me.
know. But also, she was in a music video kissing Morgan. Like they got
Yeah,
tattoos. They
gotta
were
be just.
everywhere together.
It's
You know
so
what
weird.
I mean? She was acting
It's
so
so
funny
weird.
style towards him last season. When he was talking to her, she would just stand in the door and look at him and then start crying. Like it was like so weird what Kyle was doing. I'm like, what's going on? And that's why we were thinking that it had to do with the case. But even that, I don't think that, I don't know. I think she knows how her husband moves. She knows he would do some shady shit. If she was okay with him stealing Kathy's clients, then she was probably okay with any shady business stealings that else that he had.
I think it's too weird for him to be like, oh, like I only like, he knows that Kyle saw that picture, right? And he, but again, because he doesn't say anything, because it's again, it just reads that like they've been doing this dance for a long time. It's just him getting like the fuck it bug, basically. Like I'm just gonna just do it all the time. I'm gonna smoke pot all the time on camera. I'm gonna hate your sisters. Like he hit the fuck it button, Mauricio. It seems like 2 seasons ago, but then again, he was like stealing from all these people. Like that's a
Right.
reason, Kyle. That's a reason that you speak up, and like we'll have respect for you when you say he put our family in danger. That's why I left him. That would make a whole lot of
Oh
fucking
my
sense.
gosh, we would love her if she did that.
God
Because then
forbid.
we would be like, we wouldn't be
I
so
want him back. He didn't fight for me. He tried to have you guys probably like he put your whole life in danger, Kyle, and you don't even know where the $70 million is. So why is it okay for him to want to come
And now
back?
people are talking about they're broke and need to sell their house.
Crazy.
Did you
How are
hear
they
about
even?
that?
No. How the fuck are they broke? Where's the money? Where is that fucking money? You know what I mean? And
That could
where's
have
the
been a clickbait story. Let's
he makes
see.
a
I
heck of a
didn't
lot of.
click it, but yeah, they were like,
I mean, PK and
Kyle.
Jimmy make sense being broke because I don't know what the hell he does, but we know what Mauricio has done. And then trying to steal his own dad's money again, like it's just like wild to me. Like you want to take control of your dad's money when you own the agency. Like I mean, and he stole a lot of money, and it's not like Kyle's makes peanuts. She makes over $1 million a season. So how the fuck are you motherfuckers broke? I don't understand. Well,
Well, if she, how many Birkins can you buy with $1 million?
I have no idea, bitch. But you make over 1.1, and so does Erika. And I'm sure their houses are paid for. He owns 6 or 7 agencies. I mean, he was just making his own money doing a reality show. Plus, he steals money. He stole that money, and it's just it's crazy if they were broke. I mean,
And then it's interesting, like, how is PK so like, you're still drinking, Dorit? Oh, wait, wait, wait.
that is
You're
crazy.
still drinking, Dorit. You're still drinking. And I'm sober now. But his best friend is Mauricio.
I know, and I'm like, he was just trying to get you to come to Miami or Greece or something, wherever he was with
Yeah.
you. You would think he's just going to hang out. I mean, because he's like, I'm so proud of you, able to hang out with us and not drink. PK, it's like, shut up, Mauricio. Who are you kidding, dude? Maybe he's not drinking, but I'm sure maybe other stuff. I don't know. I just don't know how men can get down and party 4 or 5 nights a week like Jax, unless they're doing what Jax is doing. Like Jax admittedly does cocaine every night. Like that's how that his old ass was able to do it. But like, I mean, I don't feel like. I mean, it'd be kind of crazy like if they were like. Imagine
Okay, so
them.
there's also a Reddit thread that suspects Mauricio cheated with one of his agency people that was a friend to one of the daughters working there.
You. What's the chick's name?
They're not, I think
No.
Kyle wants to protect Mo's image.
Ooh, it's too much. Way too much. Oh, he felt so bad about it. I know he felt bad. I felt bad because he felt bad. She felt bad because she thought Mauricio felt bad for making her feel bad for the pictures at the fucking airport.
Mhm.
You feel bad because you think she feels bad because she feels bad because she thinks you feel bad. Neither one of you fucking feel bad. She's the only one who probably feels bad. Like shit. She shouldn't feel bad for him, and he shouldn't feel bad for doing it because he keeps doing it. It's like it wasn't the first
Yeah.
time, you know. And I get it. I get it, Kyle. You don't want him like to be publicly seen with other people, but again, why would you even say that you want him back after all the shit that he's allegedly doing, the stuff we know he's done, the alleged stuff
Mhm.
that he's done, the proven stuff that he's done, the pictures that he's
Yeah.
been tagging? It can't be like
Well,
an accident.
sickness and in health till death do us part. In sickness and in health has a lot, it means a lot to a lot of people,
Like
and
Erica, I
you
met
stand what you
really like
stand
Erica.
until you can't stand it anymore. I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
Erica.
But
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to talk about was the Bose thing.
Okay,
Can
yeah,
we just circle back to Bose?
we can get back to
So,
it.
um, I feel like has an issue with Sutton, and it's not her own direct issue. It's because of her perceived issues between Dorito and Sutton.
Mhm.
Um, and that's like why they're saying you're taking up for her because you don't even know her like that to be mad at Sutton for anything other than the reason Dorito's mad at Sutton. So that's kind of what it is. But some of the ways you can see is like she makes all these digs at Sutton for no reason. Like you don't know this lady, right?
Yeah.
She hasn't said anything rude to Bose specifically. She's been more than Southern hospitality to Bose specifically. So Bose though, she'll say things about, oh, real fashion show. Bose will say, oh, so much for a sisterhood circle. I can do it better. I'm going to have the women over to my house for a real sisterhood moment. I'm going to show them how it's done. And she keeps challenging the things that Sutton introduces to the group. She keeps challenging and saying, oh, I can do this better because she doesn't like the way Sutton handled it. But you're new to the group. So why do you have such a freaking huge opinion about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so again, with this latest trip to San Tropez, oh, I'm gonna do a real girls trip to San Tropez, another dig at Bose, because we're not gonna have any problems because we're on my watch and I'm gonna show them how it's really done. But you'd have to take an ass helmet off to do that, Bose. Anyway, um, so I was just wondering, did you see that also about her little like oofs at freaking Sutton?
Well, the comment about the fashion show, like having a real fashion show, and these women don't know how to have a good time, and blah blah blah. And I mean, yeah, but I see, I disagree though, because I just think that she really does like Dorit. And in the beginning, yeah, the thing with Kyle, like she probably did just decide to just take Dorit's side in the very beginning. But then the shit with Sutton just made herself not likable with all her like sisterhood. Then she's not there for her. And
But she was there. That's up to perception also. So I feel like Sutton was there for Dorit until she felt like Dorit attacked her, and then she bit back at Dorit because Dorit's been attacking her for 5 years. So she's really on eggshells every time she tries to move forward with Dorit. So when Dorit gets to the trip to the sprinter van and starts yelling, Dorit, if you guys go back to that scene, Dorita was the one who got inflated first. She raised her voice, and then Sutton reacted to having her voice raised to her by Dorito because of their past conflicts. Conflicts because of
yeah,
their past conflicts. And so she's high key on the defensive and she's just waiting to be attacked by Dorito again to the point where now you raised your voice. Well, I'm going to raise my voice and you're not really upset with me. You're upset at your situation, by the way, because I haven't done nothing except for try to grab a blue ribbon around your hand, bitch, and try to give you a good time and let you know that you need to go after forensic accounting so you and your kids can have some fucking money when this man finally leaves your ass.
uh-huh.
And then she'll go back to, darn, did I do that again? That's not how I wanted to come off. So, Dorito, let's start again. We're sisters. That was just a moment. I reacted to you because of this whole 5 year scenario. And so, can we move forward again? And then they'll sit at dinner again. And then here comes Dorito with a dead horse. That bitch should have flies around her head like that little kid in freaking Charlie Brown, the little pigpen one that had that dirty blanket and the flies was always flying around him. That's what Dorito needs with her dead horses because that could have been let go. You could have moved on. You could have had some compassion and grace the same way you want compassion and grace. But no, first chance you get in another dinner, you're like, well, Sutton, and start again.
But when did it get? When did it? See, the thing is, I remember it was Sutton being there for trying to be there for Dorit, but then something shifted, and then but what did Dorit do to have Sutton all of a sudden turn on her? And I mean, she
It,
apologized at the
I feel
reunion.
like, um, what do you
Like,
mean turn on her?
yeah,
Like, I don't think that she turned on Dorito. I feel
that's
she
what I'm
was
saying.
trying
Like,
to
well,
move.
when did it go from sisterhood? Like, so they were at Garcelle's. They were going to go to Garcelle's beach house or something, and she interrupted her or something. Is that when
But
it happened?
that, okay, your friend Dana Way Keeley, because I be going over watching her, your friend Dana said that that was BS for Poorito to be pretending like that was something that Sutton did when everybody knows that production went and told them to have Sutton hurry him up because they had to get to the place. Everybody knows production was like, come on now, and Sutton was the one that was like, come on now. Everybody knows it. So that's another fake thing to be mad at Sutton about. And then even Bo's co-signing on it. They know production asked them to move it along. They know Dorito can talk an elephant's ear off. Dorito will talk until the seed grows sprouts.
So then what happened before that? Like one time, like when did it turn though? I can't remember. Like I don't know what
Well,
happened. Like
that's what I'm saying. It didn't,
I mean,
I
until
don't
like
think that it turned immediately after the blue ribbon ceremony. Remember, they got in the Sprinter van soon after that, and they were talking, and it was a miscommunication from what I went back and looked at it because I was like, what the
wait,
fuck just happened?
what blue ribbon?
What happened?
What blue
You
ribbon?
remember that scene on the Sprinter van?
Where were they? Where
Where,
at?
where they were getting they had just done the blue ribbon ceremony. It was right after that, the next day on the Sprinter van, something got said where
Hmm.
Dorito and Sutton ended up getting off the Sprinter van yelling. You don't remember that?
No, I'm so like no. I'm like, why
Does
not?
anybody in the chat remember that? Am I
Was it,
crazy?
it was a season,
Because
right?
I think, yeah, that was the season because Bose was there. But
Hmm.
that was immediately after, and that's what Bose and Dorito have been using against Sutton by saying that she's like what unstable, like she's your friend one minute, wants to be sisters, and the next minute she's yelling at you. But she
Mhm.
was being yelled at also. People keep acting like Doritos wasn't elevated in her tone towards Sutton. Doritos been on one. She's very her anxiety is watching me, and she's like on one, you guys, like she's very, very high key defensive, and her reaction specifically to Sutton is always a little extra.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like Sutton doesn't like Dorit, or vice
Yeah.
versa. And so, like, even like trying to even care that she wants to, for her to forgive her doesn't make any sense. Like, she doesn't need Kyle. I mean, she can be friends with Kyle and still not. If she doesn't like Dorit, she doesn't like Dorit. But I still feel like the only reason that Sutton cares again is to even want Sutton or Dorit to forgive her is because she knows that now Kyle and Dorit are friends again.
Well,
And
I
I guess
mean, hey, wherever she wants to lay her pretty little head, it doesn't
poor little Rick.
negate the fact that if she is willing to move forward with Dorit, Dorit has for 5 years fucked with her for no reason.
I mean, I just think that she doesn't have enough money. I mean, I would be like, no, I don't have enough money for you.
And I would be like, you're right. But my friend that does have money, like me, likes your poor ass, and we're on the show together. So I'm about to act like I want to be your friend again because that's what we do on this show. We move on. We say some messed up stuff, and then we move on. What? So what? You're poor. You're poor. I
She's
said
not,
I would help you.
but see, like that's the thing. Like everybody's poor to Sutton now because Sutton has more money than most of them, except for
No,
probably.
that's not. Nope. That was only towards Dorito. That was only towards
But
Poorito. That's not fair. That's
why
not fair.
is it only towards Dorito?
Huh?
Why is it only? Why does it only matter that Dorito has less money than her? Why doesn't it matter anybody else does
It
either?
only matters because she's been messing with her for 5 years.
Hmm.
If Dorito had maybe only messed with her for 1 year, she
Maybe
wouldn't
one.
have had to say nothing about her being poor. But it's been 5 years of you messing with me, and now you're continuing to do it some
I probably
more.
actually forgot about how mean they were, the Fox Force 5 to Sutton and
They were
Garcelle.
horrible.
Yeah, they
They
probably
were
were.
very, very mean. And that's part of why Garcelle and Sutton became friends was because Garcelle was sitting there quiet for like a first season. She was sitting there watching them attack Sutton. It was always like two or three people asking Sutton stupid ass
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, it's
And
yeah.
finally, her and Garcelle developed a true relationship. Garcelle didn't enter the group and immediately put Sutton on his ass helmet. And when Sutton entered the group, she didn't get immediate, you know what I'm saying? It was a natural, organic, oh, let's vibe. Oh, it wasn't like, oh, walk into a party that looks like it's for demons and put the first white lady on my head with it has a disc on for a hat. Like it wasn't like that.
Kyle looks like she's a fucking antler. Oh, she did have antlers on her head.
She did.
Did
All
antlers
that
on
Faye stuff going on, and I love
her
Faye and
beard.
all that stuff, but it was a lot. It was a lot.
Um,
And Erica is back on it because Erica is actually very vindictive, very plotted and measured. She'll sit on the back of the bus and wait to strike a bitch she'll wait. She'll wait. She'll wait. She knows when to strike and when not to strike. She knows when the temperature's hot. She's very good at reading the room, Erika. And so she did not like that Sutton and Garcelle came for her, rightfully so. It's in the newspapers. We're talking about it. It's all over. There's a documentary about it. There's two documentaries about it now. Oh my, you're
Oh yeah.
still wearing these earrings. The people are asking you for the earrings back. And then you're wearing them in our face. So we're going to bring it up. You brought the earrings to the show. Now we're talking about it. And so it was like she's been holding on to the in fact to having to tell her truth
I
over
think
Garcelle and Sutton's head specifically when Crystal was in on the shit, Kyle was in on the shit,
mhm.
everybody was in on the shit. Nobody agreed with what Erika was saying or how she was moving. Nobody agreed with that shit. Except for Diana the lip licker, I think. She might have agreed with it.
And then like
But
I thinking of the same point with Kyle too. Why is everybody go after Erica? Even me crucified her for years over what Tom's done, but I can't get anybody to say shit to Kyle about what Mauricio's done. He stole a lot of money too from somebody, and Kyle
hey,
doesn't answer shit for it. But Erica has to. I mean, of course, and so be it. Erica has to answer where every dime went that she took. But like, we don't even know where Kyle's. We
well,
don't
we
even
only know about the dimes though because the American Express records were admitted into evidence
crazy.
that was given that card was specifically for Erika Jane.
Yeah,
It was
it
entered
was.
into evidence. So
Yeah,
that's why that's the difference.
that's crazy. I mean, and it was obvious. Like he said, I was paying for her career, but I mean, I mean, I
Well,
just
I
feel like
love the evidence of 20 million plus on an American
looking at
Express
it,
card being the proof.
Erica, Tom didn't even get literally found guilty until last year, and Mauricio has been
Oh,
guilty for 3 years at least. It's been 3 years since he settled, and
has
still,
it been three already?
you know what? That reminds me. That's probably what what's the name said earlier about the catch and kill stories. Kyle's been catching and killing those stories for years. That's exactly what she probably did. That's probably what they did with that
Mm.
story because I only got it. I only heard it from Dana, who like had to like find it. Like it was never out anywhere. She probably catch and killed that story too about Mauricio. That makes a lot of sense now. I think because again, like all the stories that we had to literally dig to find about Elsa Jean. It was only for a while. It was just Brandy alleging it, being Elsa Jean's
Mhm.
best friend and doing porn with her. I think
Mhm.
she would know if she was sleeping with Kyle's husband. And again, I don't think it was a secret. I think Kyle knew that he was doing this weird shit, but allowed it as long as he didn't throw it in her face. Maybe had a love baby, maybe not. I'm not sure. It would either be the love baby that I think that would fuck her over, like fuck her in the head, and the money thing. But the fact that she just won't even say, she can't even come out and say exactly what the thing was that made everything change. There's obviously a
Yeah,
thing.
her and Kyle have that in common. Kyle and Dorito have that in
Reed.
common, rather.
I
Mhm.
think with Reed, I think that he just got tired of her. I think him getting sober was maybe.
But why did he get sober?
Why did he get sober? It wasn't.
Why did he get sober? He wouldn't even stop eating potato chips, y'all. Why did he stop drinking?
I know because he didn't get a
Something
DWI.
happened. Something happened. I don't know if something happened in England too with
Yeah,
another DWI or whatever,
that
but
makes
something, I feel like something, or was it a health scare? Did his liver talk back finally? I'm not sure. But
or did
I
he
feel like
really?
something, there was a precursor because most alcoholics will
Yeah,
do a proverbial rock bottom.
right,
So,
right.
mhm.
And
Maybe the
like
rock bottom was realizing that setting up a robbery at your wife's house wasn't such a great
right,
idea.
and then her turn around and using it as clickbait and storylines
Mhm.
and a reason for make you mean to
He's like,
me.
"You bringing way too much attention over here, mama.
Exactly.
This was
Where's
only
my
to get
ride
out
or
that."
die? Used to be my ride or die. Now you're all mature with
Yeah,
kids.
right.
Um, dude, and with
So,
Jack, what a horrible fucking husband that dude is too. Like I don't get it. These old men, like I don't know how or what they want, but like Jack's is partying 4 or 5 nights a week, according to Brittany. Well, and him too. 4 or 5 nights a week. Like how? Why? What are you gonna
a
do with
friend
it?
like that, and her dude would be at the bar
At
till close.
70, at our old
It's
ages
like,
though,
"What?
I can't do that.
And you got a baby? That's a lot. That's a lot.
I was able.
That's a lot."
I could not do all nighters with cocaine. I think it like by the time I hit my 30s, I couldn't do it. And I used to be able to do it, go to work the next day, do coke all the next day. I would be able to
Yeah.
do it on the street. By the time I hit 30, I couldn't even like like I
Yeah.
can't even it's six
I can't
o'clock.
even drink one glass of wine
No,
anymore.
I don't drink
Like I
any.
used to have Merlot, me and Two Buck Chuck. Remember Two Buck Chuck, that wine that was only $1.50. And it was a quality wine too here in California. And we used to call him Two Buck Chuck. And me and Chuck would have a good time every night. Me and Merlot would have and you know it's only 3 glasses of wine in a bottle. So I'm not really an alcoholic. I just drank 3 glasses of wine and the bottle was gone. And so
I
you
only
know,
drank.
and now I can't even have one. I can't even have one.
It makes me. I get sick instantly. Get sick. Like I'll drink.
Yeah, I
I
get
had.
so tired, or I'll have a
I
headache the next day. It's just not even worth it, you know?
No, me and George, like I said to them the other day, I said, "Oh my God, we go to bed earlier on the weekends than we do during the week." Like during the week, I'm in bed by 7. He's usually doesn't come to bed till 10. He gets up at 3:45. But on the weekends, we're
Yeah,
in bed by 6 o'clock. I'm like, we really are in bed by 6. That's pretty fucking
that's so
bad.
cute.
I mean,
Well, hey,
like,
they're saying
I
recent
don't know.
health studies have suggested that sleep is the number one health product you can do. Sleep, adequate sleep.
My
Solid 8 to 10 hours sleep
my issue is
is
I don't sleep for longer than like I fall asleep. The longest I sleep is maybe 2 hours. I'm up every 2 hours, and it's I don't sleep through the night ever. So that's part of my problem is why I'm always like lately I've been overly tired, like way more tired than usual, and I don't know why.
Mhm.
But like I've just been so blah. And my mom's like, "Oh, you're just getting older." I'm like, "No, I literally a month ago I didn't feel like this. Like it
Mhm.
can't be just all of a sudden. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean
Did you
I don't
stop? Are you doing any glutide or anything, or did you stop
know.
anything?
I only did it for those first 2 months, and then I didn't wanna pay for it anymore yet.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
pay for it. I lost like 10 pounds, but like I stopped eating. I don't know. I feel like something's up. Oh, I
Mm.
also like I had blood pressure, and all of a sudden I have a heart murmur. It's like, what in the F?
What is that?
It makes me worried about the
Yeah, 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 yeah,
like
yeah. Well, I'm praying.
I'm like calling Kelly Leventhal, and I'm like, I swear to God, I think I'm fucked with this goddamn vaccine. I'm like, I'm so
Yeah,
mad because I blame Bravo because I thought on Adam's tour we wouldn't be allowed to get into the bars without that stupid fucking card. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, I'm not gonna go fly out, flow here, and then I'm not gonna be able to get in.
You're right.
And
Oh,
now look, now
damn
I've never
it.
been sick a day in my life, literally. Like I didn't even get vaccinated as a kid. My mom, my
Yeah,
parents didn't believe in it. I've never been sick. I don't get
yeah.
sick. I never even got the C thing. I never even got that, even but because I didn't get the thing for like 2 or 3 years, and then did, and
Yeah.
then gone. But I've never had that or the flu or anything like that. I don't get sick.
Yeah.
But now
Right,
all of a sudden my
right,
body hurts, and I'm like, Jesus
right.
Christ! Now all of a sudden I don't feel good.
Oh, damn. Damn.
My
Well,
mom's
but
like,
you
you just
thought at the time you were doing the right thing, so
I was.
that's the information you had at the time.
I mean, I
So,
can say I didn't go back to get the second thing, but I mean, still.
yeah, you're right, Mamera. Maybe Boz just doesn't like Sutton because personalities clash. You love that Boz, but looking down on the ladies with the comments, planning the trip. It was kind of wrong, right, Lauren? Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly not even feeling Boz, so that's what I'm saying, Lady Virgo. She has not. And it's her fault because she entered and put on Dorito of all people as an ass helmet. Dorito was not she's not a fave. Dorito's nobody's fave. Is Doritos anybody fave? I'm sorry. Or was she just not my fave? But she's not like, she could technically even be a friend of. Like, she's not like,
I like they're getting one after Kyle, but that's about it. And
yeah,
sticking up for
exactly.
him, but
Right. Like, so that was the wrong ass helmet.
I just think Sutton though, the wrong thing to say is about the whole money thing was just a stupid I don't know. I wish they could erase that. Because
Well,
that
she
was like
can't.
yeah.
She can't.
Mm.
And Dorito called her
Ugly.
an alcoholic, and she has kids, and she has the board she's on, and they care about how you appear, and thinking that labeling her an alcoholic and implying that. constantly on this global platform. People
Yeah.
in countries that would never know about Sutton now think she's an alcoholic
Blame-
because of Dorito and her narrative. So, hey, even Steven, you can't get mad at how I react after you poked me for 5 years. It might have come off as elitist. It might have come off as true. It might have come off as what, at least it was more true than you saying I'm an alcoholic, because you're not my liver and you're not my esophagus doctor like Anne-Marie learned. So why are people always in Sutton's HIPAA file? Why are they messing with her like that? I don't know.
Kyle started
Kyle
it.
started it. Yep, you're right. Kyle did start it. Kyle did, because Kyle was mad
But I
at
didn't even
Sutton
know.
for some
I was like,
reason.
Sutton drinks? I didn't think Sutton to drink. Because I'm like, Kyle, you're reaching. I don't think so. Because I was like, Sutton doesn't drink. She don't seem. She
And
just
isn't
seems.
it interesting? Was that Kyle? Did Kyle say that right on her sober journey?
Yes, yes, yes. The very
Yeah.
beginning. Yep.
Yep.
She just claims that
So
she's.
you see how Kyle's a friend to no one. So she throws her friend who she brought on the show, who was renting her house for too much money with the checkered floors. Uh-huh. She was doing that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And she was good enough to do that. But as soon as you stop drinking to deflect, you're gonna now point everybody to Sutton's drinking. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I
But why
forgot.
didn't she point out Doritos drinking? Because Doritos very specific about her drink, and she's hasn't even stopped drinking for
I
her
can't
husband's
believe that.
sobriety journey.
She could at least not drink in front of him unless she knows he's not sober. And it's all for the camera. Again, but that would be her not supporting him on camera.
Hmm.
You know? Because he said, I don't know. I just, them two, when they were saying that on Watch What Happens Live, they were doing polls. Nobody thinks that, there was like 99%, nobody thinks that Mauricio wants to be with Kyle. 99%, nobody thinks that PK wants to be back with Dorit. Like all the, like, who else? What other poll did they
Yeah,
do?
I mean, look, if anybody leaves for too long, they're not coming back. So,
I mean, at this point, I mean, I don't know why this is the picture that comes out that this is the nail in the coffin, but it's probably the whole thing too of him moving and him not caring about like him being gone for 25 days and it being like actually like vacationing with another chick. It seemed like I don't know whatever the fuck he was doing, but it is what it is. Because again, I think most likely Teddy was staying with Kyle, and then so was
mhm.
Morgan at one point. But again, like the thing with Morgan, I don't really, I mean, alluding and having a weird video like that, if you are sisters or if she's your a long lost adopted daughter or something, I don't know. Like, and then her not wanting her to use her name at all.
Mhm. Oh, so
After,
that's why we haven't said Morgan's name really this season?
yep, yep, she's not allowed to say her name.
Really?
Really?
Oh, well, Garcelle said it.
Exactly.
Garcelle must have not got the memo because Garcelle said it. Maybe she just don't want Kyle saying it because it brings her too much heat. But
Yeah.
yeah. Also on the trip, what did you think about, Bose was so gleeful at the thought that she would be with her Helmet and Erika in one place and have the other ladies over there, and then having Sutton and the two richest people in that villa sleep together. That was very humbling.
So what
Maybe
happened?
she, maybe that's why, maybe that was her payback on behalf of Dorito, was to make the two richest people share a bed.
Is that what they did? I guess I don't. I thought.
Jennifer Tilly and Sutton have to share a bed in that other.
Oh, is that what she did? Okay, but I
Uh-huh.
mean, I guess. I mean,
I
the
mean, it
whole
seems like they ordered like a queen size rollaway or something at that
yeah,
type.
they did it. Why? Yeah, I mean, Garcelle and
Yeah.
Sutton aren't sharing. I would think would share. I don't know then.
Well, but yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know. But Garcelle got her own room, and Sutton and Jennifer
Garcelle.
Tilly are sharing a room.
Oh, eh.
And
I don't
that's
like.
fine with me. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just a
I'm
girls' trip for a couple of days.
at the Jersey Shore. Like we slept in bath. Like literally, somebody's bedroom was the bathroom, and they used the bathtub as his bedroom for the whole entire summer. Like swear to
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
like we have done worse. Like we've had people in twins, like because we would just, even though I live here, I would still rent other houses and stuff, and like
yeah,
we did a lot worse. We had like 20 people in 3-bedroom apartments. Like
right.
I've slept never. And I even said, like in New York, me and Philly Diva, our room, we got one bed. We got a queen size bed, but like the room was so tiny, but it was like, it was right near the venue. It was right near like where BravoCon was. It was like walking distance. It was cheap. We're like, we don't care. We slept in the same bed. We literally, all we needed was the bathroom, to get a
Yeah,
shower and like this little area to get ready and to sleep.
that's
But
perfect. This sounds like you guys were on spring break. That does.
it was fun.
That's all you need on
Thank God.
spring break is a roof and a pot and a cot.
Originally it was going to be like $5,000 or $6,000 because we were tripping in for this house, a bunch of
Yeah,
people. Thank God the thing got fucking flooded. When Sarah and Joe Mendoza got there, the place got flooded and they had to give us our money back. I was like, thank God. We were,
yeah,
by the time we put a lot of money and we're like, what are we doing? Like, that was so dumb.
right, right.
Like my $200
Yeah, I
night.
wish I could get that 10 G's back. But
Yeah.
who
Yeah, that
else
was
was what else happened in this episode? Anything else? So we had Mauricio, the awkward scene. We
awkward.
had Sutton at the end was sitting on the couch saying that the forgiveness with Dorito is so there
Weird.
for Kyle. And that's true. I mean, for her to have been Kyle's friend longer, why? Because I think they've been friends behind the scenes longer. I'm not sure. And I think Dorito and Kyle became friends because of the show
Yeah.
after. Didn't Lisa introduce PK and Dorito? I think that's how.
Yeah. They
Uh-huh. And so I don't know, maybe Sutton does. Sutton already feels a way about particularly women in her life,
I don't know
not
why though. It's not a
showing
bad
her
like
love and affection.
money. She got money. She has a good. I mean, she has good friends. I don't know why she cares so much about
Money
Kyle.
can't buy
Yeah,
you class
it's true.
or love. So,
Love.
it's lonely. I mean, you can't, money
Course,
can't hug you.
I hope by next season, Jennifer Tilly's dorky little boyfriend hooks up something with somebody because, like, I think that her and Jennifer are a lot alike. I think I want Jennifer to stay just for that reason because I like seeing her and something
I
together. And
love Jennifer Tilly.
I
I
think,
love Jennifer Tilly. I mean, because I grew up with her and she was in so many movies when I was growing up and Chucky and I don't know. She's fascinating to me and I have a soft spot for her and I'm loving this opportunity to get like a glimpse into like what her life could
yeah,
possibly be like in real life.
Mandy.
Like, 'cause she's been a mystery, to me anyway. She's been kind of a mystery, so it's nice to see her.
I get the
But
candy.
Erica, oh my gosh. Yeah, I was very upset with Erica trying
Oh,
to like hop on let's pick another thing to be mad at Garcelle and Sutton about because I said I had a drinking problem. That was like so far reach. And that's elitist to me.
waiting.
Erica pretending like it's the same. It's not the same. So
She's like waiting. I mean, she's just waiting for everybody to like
yeah,
because it's true though. Everybody, it's so true. Like she said it to Andy, get you better eviscerate Kyle. She keeps like, why is everybody giving Kyle passes? You know what I mean? But Erica didn't get a pass. I didn't give Eric a
no,
pass.
she didn't get a pass, but she didn't get um held accountable or take responsibility or ever even say she's sorry on camera and then said it was because her lawyer said
Cool.
she shouldn't, so I
Hmm.
don't know. I feel like a sorry would have went a long way. Giving the earrings back
Maybe
would
yeah,
have
go
been
find me or something.
better.
Get me start
Um,
go. I don't know. Start go fund me for them. Maybe put 10% of your income in there. I don't know. You make over $1 million an
So
episode.
I'm not paying back your bill, bitch. Just give the earrings back and take back all those designer bags and the Cartier rings and the 15,000 a month glam. Ask your glam squad guy for a refund. Why would GoFundMe? That would have been even more freaking maddening to me if she would have
I
started.
mean, well, because if she wasn't allowed to admit to anything, right, and she wasn't allowed to like hand over her earring or whatever, she could at least like did that for the victims. Anybody
No,
could
she
do that.
was allowed to hand over the earrings and refused until the courts made her.
Mm,
But she could have just turned him over out of the goodness of her heart, but the heart would have had to been good.
right. I still don't think she did.
This
She
is
thinks
the
she did.
same lady that let her husband sit down the hill and only called her son and didn't take him to the hospital. This is the same lady. So
He was.
here we go back to the heart. I don't know if was that because
Yeah.
there's a heart in there or because there's not a heart?
Not a heart. He's 90 years old. He flipped over 10,000 times. She left him down there for like 18 hours, unconscious, and doesn't take him to the hospital or make him
Yeah,
tell the doctor.
right, right.
Again,
That's
like
so weird.
a very convenient happenstance that he went down that cliff. She's like, oh
I'm
shit.
watching. Are you watching that new show, Grosse Point Garden Club on
No,
Netflix? Have you seen that yet? Oh yeah,
no.
it's giving Grosse Point Garden Club. It's like, oh, was that a planned event, Erica? It's-
No, but I started watching Severance.
Oh, Severance. Oh, did you see? I sent you something. Black Mirror's coming back, and one of the episodes is the new San Junipero.
No, there isn't. I didn't see any new episode. You got to see new episode? Did you send it to me? Oh,
I didn't see him yet. They said it's coming,
oh,
and one
I'm
of
so
the episodes is the new San Junipero. And I
sorry.
DM'd you.
Oh,
I
I'm so
DM'd you that earlier. Yeah.
I know. I saw that it was coming back this year, and I was like, and they announced season 7. I was like, oh my god! And I saw they had named the episodes, but oh my god, now I'm so excited. But Severance, I'm only able to watch one episode so far. I have to like pay for Apple or some shit, or my
Uh-huh.
Amazon.
Uh-huh.
But it reminds me of Black Mirror a little bit so far. Did you watch it,
Oh, it
Severance?
does? I haven't watched Severance yet. I saw it and I don't know, it was a little slow. And then I'm so weird. When I watch new shows, it's a combination of things like the soundtrack, the way it's shot has to be, it can't look like it's on an iPhone. Um, the like the grain of the production, the
Yeah,
cadence of even how they talk. Like what was that opening scene? Did it catch me enough to make me want to watch? And when I did
every
Severance, it was missing all of that. I was like, this looks like it's going to be slow. And I nothing caught me in those first essential moments for me to be like, ooh, I'm all in, you know?
no.
But there's this black soap opera that's on Netflix called Beyond the Gates. It's
Oh my god,
so
I saw. I didn't, but I didn't know if it was on ABC or if it was on what's it on?
CBS.
CBS. Oh, it is
CBS.
on CBS. Oh, I'm
Mhm.
excited because I
And it
stopped
comes on
watching.
every day. It is so good, you guys.
I
And
love
then
so.
also on Netflix, there's this Tyler Perry show called Beauty in Black, and there's 2 seasons that just came out. And oh my gosh, there's old school, All My Children actresses.
I love
Debbie
them.
Morgan, remember she was on All My Children, Debbie and Jesse on All My Children, and they both had dimples, and they were the young black couple on All My Children.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so she's in Beauty in Black as her senior self, but she still has all the acting chops. Because, honestly, Tyler
Mm.
Perry movies can be a little dull on the acting, but when you have an OG
Very soap
veteran actress like
opera.
Debbie on set, oh my gosh, she makes all the scenes so good.
Oh my god.
It's very, very good, you guys. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know if I want to come back later. I'm not sure yet, but I
Oh,
wanted
well,
to.
it's raining out here, the Arctic
Is it
rivers
really?
here, so there are no fires in California, thankfully, but there are flash floods. Oh, and I told you guys that when the Arctic River came, everything that got burnt was going to turn into a mudslide. So now they're having all these people's cars get stuck in
Oh,
mud, swept away in mud. The car went, the mudslide came off the one and washed the freaking CHP car into the freaking ocean because
no.
the mudslide just happened because
Yeah.
the soil is oversaturated from being burned and saturation
And then, oh
point
my
is
god, there
low.
was
So
also
yeah, so
there
now
was a
we're having
wildfire.
mudslide everywhere.
We had wildfire over in Jersey. We had 2 wildfires 4 months ago, and then there was one 2 days ago. They put it out, but like,
Well, and then in Long Island, the Hamptons were on
man,
fire
that's
over the
yeah, I
during the week
swear to God,
too.
the wind
Yeah.
has been the last 3 years, the wind has picked up so much. I swear they did it on purpose so that when something does catch fire, they can have excuse for all of Philly and all of New York to like burn through New Jersey and like burn us off the fucking continent. I'm telling you, that's what it feels
Yeah.
like. Because the wind is so
Well,
vicious all of
there
a
are
sudden.
things
Like,
that you guys can do. Take notes from these California fires
I
so that
know, I
since
know.
there's this one house out here in California that survived because the last time there was a fire in California, this one man's house almost got burned. So this time, what did he do, people? You know those sprinklers on
Yeah, man,
people's lawns that go
that's a good idea.
so he
That's a
put those all over his house, you guys, on his roof, on his gutters. He put them all over his
good
house, and he had them spraying on his house and around the perimeter of his house. and he left. He left the water on and he left. His house was the only one standing.
Yep.
But luckily, they also had water in his neighborhood because there was also a problem with that here in California
Okay.
where they had cleared out the reservoir and there was no water getting through the pumps and all that stuff. So, yeah. But residential homes still had their water.
Well, you
So,
know what's
he
strange?
was using,
I
yeah,
feel
he
like
was
the
able.
houses that basically the houses that didn't have smart meters didn't burn, and
Oh, I heard
they
that too. I did hear
yeah,
that.
and then the trees, right? When you put like vegetables in a microwave, they get soft and like soft, right? And get
Hmm.
like watery. But then when you microwave metal, it catches fire, right? So how come
Right.
everything that caught metal or everything that was metal caught fire, burned and melted, but all of the trees were still standing. Most of the trees were still like
It was
it
so
was
weird.
isn't that weird?
Hmm.
It felt like it was microwave energy
Well,
or
that's
whatever.
because those lasers, the people had the lasers that
Yes, that's
allegedly
what I feel
started,
like that's
yeah.
what it is. That's fucked
Hmm.
up because there's a reason why like why all of a sudden is the wind like fucking it's like tornado winds here with
Why
not even
all of a
rain.
sudden,
It's
and
3
why
years.
all of a sudden can't an airplane stay in the sky?
Oh
Why
my
all of a
god.
sudden can't
Fire last night,
yeah,
another one fucking catching fire before it takes off. I'm like, I
you
think
know,
that somebody these
today is
people
a
to
lunar eclipse and a blood
yeah,
moon. Today is a
yep.
lunar eclipse and a blood moon, and it's all about letting
Right.
go of what doesn't serve you and stepping into your new self. And, the eclipse work is basically dealing with your shadow side. So, yeah, but as a nation, it's really, as a world rather, the global community, it's very impactful on
Yeah.
us. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening.
I hope some new energy's coming in because
Yeah,
I
it's
don't I don't
beautiful.
feel right at all. Like I don't feel right at all. I feel out of balance right now.
Yeah,
I
well,
forgot
do your grounding. I don't know if you hug wet trees, but
I
you can
did
do
last night. I calmed her. I hugged Healer last night. It's my big friend.
yes.
But I still feel
I don't have it's a little tree over on the side of the yard, and I just did a live at 11:11 the other day, and I went and
aw.
hugged my hug tree over there. It's not a freaking big ass tree, but yeah,
He's
I
actually
love
like he's like older than the house and he's a huge Christmas tree inside my side yard. He towers over all these other houses. And he was dying. And then all of a sudden I got him like a haircut and everything last winter. And I just realized the other day all of a sudden like all his pine cones came back like he's back to being healthy again. So I was really excited about him. But I call him Healer.
nice.
He's like, yeah.
We'll post a picture of Healer later. I want to meet him.
I'll
I would
send you
love to meet him because the ancient trees, like that was a big thing in ancient societies. There was trees that were so tall and there were giants. They were huge, and a lot of them get mistaken as like mountains now and flats, but
right.
it's the stumps of giant trees
That's
all over
crazy.
the world, all over the world. And my thing is, how did they get so precision cut? Like, how is it so flat? Like, what saw were they using way back whenever they cut that gigantic tree down? And what was using the saw? Was it a Nephilim? Was it a Neanderthal? Was it
A giant.
it was, yeah. So I have a lot more questions than answers, you guys.
I'm getting this
And it's
haircut.
weird. Both the coasts are doing the same thing. We having severe storms out here on California coast too.
I can't even believe that like literally we've had like
Hmm.
I don't know. I get worried because I believe in all that crap. But
Yeah, yeah, no, it's good to have some things to believe in. But what the most best belief we both have is that we're on the most benevolent timeline.
we're in the most benevolent timeline.
You know,
All right, guys.
that's the best one.
Yeah, I'll send out a link if I come back, but I don't know.
Okay, beautiful. Thanks for
Well,
having
thanks.
me. Everybody smash your buttons. My overall rating, I feel like it was kind of a filler, like let's just get to St. Lucia episode. I also feel like
Yeah,
that. Like I don't feel like it was like a lot of stuff. It was a lot. Let's just get to
I
St.
agree.
Lucia. So,
It was like
yeah.
a 7, about a
Yeah, it
7.
was still engaging. Still engaging. Yeah.
But,
Okay, darling. I will talk to you sooner than later. Thank you guys.
okay.
See you in the next
Bye.
video. Peace.
Bye. All right, guys. If I come back, I will send a link out, but I'm not feeling right. So, like, I will do some things around the house, and then I will, if I do, it'll be pop culture stuff because I forget what I'm going to talk about. I forget what else I'm talking about. Anyway, but I'll send the link out. But thanks for joining. Love y'all. Thanks for sticking around. And like, comment, subscribe, all that crap. And I'll talk to you later.